Well, the site where the explosion took place is just a few meters, 100 meters or so in that direction, and what you can see behind me here are the remains of a dormitory for migrant workers. You can see how the blast has torn through here, ripping the walls off, buckling the structure. If we move over this way, you can see how this, which was once a two-story structure, has been collapsed down on itself. Now, people say there were a number of serious injuries here, pretty horrific scenes as people scrambled from their beds, tried to get to safety. But we've also seen a number of people seemingly unscathed, picking through the rubble.
When I heard the first blast, I got out of bed straight away. Then came the second explosion, and I had to crouch down. And then I ran away.
Well, this is pretty much the front line of where the emergency workers have come to. You can see some of the fire crews taking a break, and if we walk this way, you get a really good sense of just how powerful an explosion this was. You can see this container on the back of this lorry here, and you can see how the force of the blast has pushed the side of it inwards. And we're just now probably 50 meters or so from the perimeter of the warehouse where the explosion took place. And if we walk down this way and stand on the end here, you can see the giant stacks of containers on the site, and you can see how the explosion has tumbled them down, broken and buckling them as it's done so, and you can see that thick black acrid smoke still billowing from the site, and from a long way off actually you can taste that smell of burning hanging heavy in the air. The fire burned so intensely here that in places the metal ran molten, and the cars are still hot to touch. And this scene of burnt and blackened cars stretches in every direction, row after row, as far as the eye can see. Well, this apartment block complex here was the closest to the site of the explosion. Now, people much further afield in Tianjin report some damage to their houses, windows broken, that kind of thing. But of course here, because of the proximity, the devastation is so much greater. And every single one of the windows in this whole apartment block complex, stretching back a long way in that direction, have been blown out by the force of the blast. Closer up, of course, you can see the poignant, upsetting scenes of lives dislocated, destroyed perhaps by the force of an explosion that came without warning around 11 o'clock at night, when everybody here thought they would be safe in their beds.